This short video is a video on a case study for our Sustaining Ecosystems topic, which is called the Samasati Nature Retreat. So how does this link to the specification? As you can see, you need to know a case study to illustrate attempts to sustainably manage an area of tropical rainforest, such as ecotourism, community programs, biosphere reserves, and sustainable forestry at a local or regional scale. Our case study focuses on ecotourism as a way of sustainably managing the tropical rainforest. By looking at the map, you'll be able to see that the Samasati Nature Retreat is located in the southeast of Costa Rica, which is in Central America. So what exactly is ecotourism? So ecotourism is a form of tourism that tries to have a limited impact on the natural environment and its habitats, and it also tends to be low impact and often small scale. Another advantage of ecotourism is that it provides local people an income, whilst also ensuring that tourists are becoming more environmentally conscious and aware of the importance of protecting the environment. So how exactly has Samasati Nature Retreat attempted to preserve the rainforest? You can see around the photograph there are lots of ways in which they have done this. They only employ local people. No heavy machinery was used in the construction. Have a think about how that has reduced the impact on habitats and species in the area. The colour of the building, you can see, has attempted to blend in with the landscape. Again, think about species and habitats. Rainwater is collected on roofs and used for toilets and showers to try to reduce the need to tamper with local water sources. Samasati also uses a recycling system for plastic and glass, and they also only use energy efficient light bulbs. Timber came from an afforestation project in Costa Rica, and that wood was used to build the building which you can see. Afforestation, by the way, is just the opposite of deforestation, an area where trees are regrown to ensure that these are the sustainable use of timber. The shape of the roofs and materials provide protection in each building, all of which minimize the need for cooling. If you look at the photograph, you can see this unique roof, which means that there is a reduced need for air conditioning and therefore the need for electricity being used in this resort. Also, only biodegradable soap and shampoo are allowed, and tourists are not allowed in certain parts of the forest. Again, consider how habitats and species are going to be impacted less as a result of this. As we know in geography, nothing is straightforward or perfect, and that is the case with ecotourism. There are certainly disadvantages associated with it. Locals, for example, can often lose their traditional way of life as they become accustomed to Western cultures. Anybody visiting does still have the potential to disturb wildlife, even if that is reduced and less so than perhaps mainstream tourism. Getting to the rainforest still uses fossil fuels through air travel. A lot of people still visit these ecotourism sites via plane. Samasati is a profit-making company, and therefore in the future, perhaps the business may grow and therefore more impact might be placed on the environment. And finally, ecotourism based holidays are often expensive, meaning only wealthy people are able to benefit from them. And therefore it is the wealthy people within society who are perhaps becoming educated on the importance of preserving the rainforest, and not those who are less fortunate. So let's take a look at an example question. The question says, to evaluate the effectiveness of one way in which an area of tropical rainforest you have studied is being sustainably managed. The area of tropical rainforest in this instance is the rainforest in Costa Rica, and the way in which it's being sustainably managed is through ecotourism. For this question, which is worth 6 marks, you will need to follow the structure on the left-hand side, which is simply peed on peed. Therefore, we need 2 paragraphs. One paragraph on a way that Samasati has attempted to sustainably manage the rainforest, and then another paragraph on a different way that Samasati has attempted to sustainably manage the rainforest? As you can see, the command word for this question is evaluate. Therefore, you need to think about how effective this strategy has been, thinking about the advantages of the strategy and the limitations. To pick up these AO2 marks, you can consider the following things: the short-term impact, the long-term impact, who is benefiting as a result of these strategies, what are the limitations of these strategies. At this point, you might want to pause the video and you may want to attempt this 6-mark question. On the screen now you can see a model answer for this question. The point I have made states that one way the rainforest in Costa Rica has been sustainably managed is through ecotourism. I've then gone on to provide evidence. The Samasati Nature Retreat in southeast Costa Rica has done this by not using heavy machinery in the construction of the retreat and creating zones where tourists can and cannot go. I have then explained this. This is a sustainable form of management as it has reduced the disturbance to species and habitats within the rainforest. The final thing I have done is I have developed this, and within this section I have also included some evaluation in order to pick up those AO2 marks. It states, however, this is only partially effective because wildlife still has the potential to be disturbed. This means that some species may migrate from their natural habitat, which may have a long-term negative impact on biodiversity in the area. Note that I have mentioned the long-term as well as the short-term within my answer. You may want to adapt your answer now, but remember, you will need to have 2 paragraphs, not just the one that I have produced on the screen.